a lot of things going on.
Now the first coat of paint is all finished. I will see you in a little bit once that we give the second coat.
Welcome to episode 17 of the Cabin Build series. In this week's episode, we can start to feel the real progress in the cabin. We installed the kitchen lights, the first outlets and switches, built the walls for the toilet room, and installed the fridge. And after all of that, we started building our custom kitchen. That will cost us under 300 euros, around $350. Are you ready for all of this? Stick until the end and let us know what you think in the comments below.
I'm Eugenia, and this is Pepe, Aspen, and Lolita, and we are now building our new home. We have been traveling around Europe for the past year in our self-converted camper van, but looking to live a simpler life, grow our own food, and build our house led us here. Thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing.
Today I'm gonna be working on finishing this side of the cabinet, which is gonna be closing the fridge and also putting another 2 shelves here on top of the fridge. This area here on the other side of the fridge is where the toilet is gonna go, and this shelving unit is gonna be behind the actual fridge, but it's going to be accessible from the toilet area to have stuff for the toilet. Behind we have one outlet that I'm gonna be wiring right now. It's going to be the outlet for the fridge. So basically we need to make a wall here and there, which I already have cut. I cut it a couple of days ago. This is going to be the one that goes on the left, and this is going to be the one behind it. With that, we will be pretty much done with all the interior divisions of the cabinet. We will just be missing the doors. As like everything we have done so far, building this second cabinet's walls was very easy with all we have learned from previous days. We basically attached them on the bottom first, and then, with Eugenia's help, we made sure it was perfectly plumb before securing the top part. It is very important that all the compartments are perfectly vertical, because if not, the front doors will not look nice and square. All these dimensions are available in our layout kit, with all the architectural plans of this cabin. You can find the link in the description box.
Esto va tomando forma.
Okay. That's the screws. We left this side open for like 3 centimeters for the fridge to have some air movement, especially during the summer, so it doesn't overheat the air inside the space, and it has some air movement for the fridge to cool down. Yeah, we won't be able to see it because we're gonna have the fridge right in front of here, and then here's gonna be a safe and another shelving unit on top of the fridge. Moment of truth. Let's see if the fridge fits. It fits quite well. Now I'm just trying to make this line over here perfectly vertical. If we open the fridge, everything goes smoothly, and now this is gonna have a door because we don't want to see the fridge. So when you open the door, all we're gonna see is this line over here, and this line is not perfectly straight. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up adjustment wheels that I'm gonna raise that side a little bit up, so this line moves a little bit that way, and we see a perfect straight line. Now I'm gonna move this shelving unit all the way in here. Here I have the cable for the fridge, and fridge is connected. We are now taking some rough dimensions for the kitchen. This is where we have decided to put the sink. Here's gonna be the kitchen faucet, and all this is gonna be a counter space from the kitchen sink to the stove. I want to have a row of drawers here, and then another cabinet, and the stove with the oven underneath. We also prep an outlet that's going to be behind the stove, The stove is gas, which is going to be this connection, but you need to have an outlet for the light of the oven and stuff like that. And that's pretty much it. Today it seems like the weather is gonna give us a break, and so we're gonna start cutting all the wood that we need for the kitchen. We have a fireplace on inside. Finally we can have this table out without the plastic, and I'm gonna try to cut it as soon as possible before it rains again. I have all the dimensions of the cutouts that I need to do. This is basically 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. So I'm gonna just start cutting and mark what's done. Once you have experience using a custom kitchen built to your specific needs, it is very hard to imagine yourself buying a pre-made one ever again. We decided to build this kitchen because in a tiny house, all centimeters are very important. The difference between having a comfortable space to one that is not so much is just a matter of a couple of centimeters. So buying a pre-made kitchen was definitely not an option. Standard kitchen cabinets come in modules of 60 and 30 centimeters, and that combination will not have worked for us. Also, designing all the drawers and shelves around the things you own and use to cook makes the cooking experience much more enjoyable. The kitchen frame was very straightforward to build. We started by attaching all the vertical panels to the base, with wood glue and screws, making sure everything was squared and nice. For that, we used a couple of homemade plywood square clamps. We made these corner clamps when building the camper van 2 years ago, and they have been a great addition to our toolbox. We continued by securing the back of the kitchen frame. We ran short of material, so had to use a piece that did not go all the way to the top. But it's not a big deal, because you barely will be able to see it. After that, we just needed to attach a thin and long piece that goes on the top front of the frame, that secures the whole front laterally. Building the kitchen frame took us less than 1 day. Going to the store to buy it and pick it up would have taken us pretty much the same time, and we now have a custom kitchen tailored to our needs. Using a kitchen that you built yourself is a feeling that everybody should experience. In terms of material, OSB makes a great material for kitchen cabinets. We use 18mm thick one. It is very resistant to water and humidity, and it is very strong. We will be painting it all in black. Of course, if money was not a concern, we would have used a nice birch plywood. So if you can get a hold of that for a good price, do not think it twice. This whole kitchen ended up costing us less than 300 euros, around $350 US, including sink, faucet, hinges, drawers, doors, etc. So it is an incredible price, and it's going to look stunning. The kitchen structure is now ready. We just need to paint it, put the legs on it, put the countertop, now I'm gonna cut the legs of it. We want this structure to be 10 centimeters above the floor. We're gonna be cutting 10 centimeter pieces to raise it up, and then once installed, and with the flooring already installed as well, we will put a trim piece to cover everything